Hey, 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 friends. Surprise. We are live. Listen, I have been hearing so many women talk about things like heavy periods, PCOS, and just feeling out of balance lately. Let me move my table down some. Feeling out of balance lately. I've been hearing a lot of women talk about this. So tonight, I thought we could chat about the lifestyle side, which I love, my favorite part, lifestyle side of women's health, and things like food, things like stress, and setting up your home in a way that it actually supports you. And this is going to be very casual. So grab a tea, grab your water, whatever beverage it is that you love to drink. And let's talk about some simple changes that you can make starting today that will really make a big difference, that will really actually move the needle for you. So I'm drinking water. As you come on in, say hello. The last time we went live, it was during lunch break. So I like to do lunch break lives for the girlies who at work and want to watch, but evenings for the people who, need to settle down and get home first. So let's dive right into it, okay? I think that a food and kitchen makeover is one of the best things to help balance your hormones. And a lot of times when women hear from their doctors, like they've been diagnosed with PCOS or they are experiencing some dryness or just an imbalance, they think they're going through perimenopause or whatever the situation may be. When you hear hormones, you have in your head a lot of times that there's really nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing that you can change about it. It's something that's going on within your body. You can't help it. The doctor needs to give you a pill. And y'all know I'm a holistic wellness practitioner. And so I really do believe in lifestyle changes that are going to move the needle for you. People underestimate how food and how the things in your kitchen and how everything is set up is contributing to hormonal imbalances. The food that you eat, the things that you drink, enough sleep, whatever it is, all of those things are affecting your hormones. As a matter of fact, I was speaking to a woman a few hours ago and we were discussing, hormone imbalances, things like that. And, you know, one of the under realized things about weight loss, and I know people don't like to talk about weight loss because it's not just about the weight, it's all of the contributing factors. It's like weight might be the visible symptom that you see because you're having these hormonal imbalances. One feeds into the other. Well, I have PCOS, so that contributes to weight gain, but weight gain contributes to PCOS as well. So these things are kind of living together in a circle. And we were talking about how excess weight, how can contribute to hormonal imbalances, and talking about how estrogen, excessive estrogen stores itself in your fat cells. So these are kind of things that we need to know in the background so that we can understand why it's so important to make these lifestyle changes. So let's talk about food. Okay. And I want to make this really easy for you. I don't want it to be overwhelming. You can make some healthy food swaps from one thing to the other to help balance your hormones. For instance, if you like sweet things, perhaps instead of cakes and different candies, you go over to the dark chocolate side of things. And if you feel like that is too bitter for you, maybe dipping that in honey or maybe having that with some fresh fruit. Let me tell you, there's nothing like fruit and chocolate. okay, if you want that as a dessert. So start thinking of different healthy ways that you can make a switch. And I see some people coming in to join me. Please say hello. Please let me know. You can come up on screen if you like, and we can talk about your specific issues. Or you can write something in the comments to let me know what it is that you're going through and what you need help with. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to see you here. And for those of you who are watching the replay, I'm happy to have you here also. And so you can go ahead and comment what it is that you are going through. I know last time someone commented about PCOS, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to do this video, because I know that there's so many women who are struggling with those things. So another thing that we don't think about that we have in our kitchens all the time is the oil. What type of oil are you using? Are you old school and still using Crisco? Or are you using olive oil? Are you using avocado oil? The healthier the oil is, the better it's going to be for you. The healthier, the less processed the food is, the better it's going to be for you. And I know you've seen all of these things come out. Oh, no hormones added, no endocrine disruptors, things like that. But just because they don't put hormones directly into your food intentionally doesn't mean that the food doesn't have an effect on your hormones. So be really careful with this packaging and this labeling that says hormone free. That does not mean that it's not going to have any effect on your hormones whatsoever. It just means that they haven't done anything, added any extra hormones to the animal or to the product before they gave it to you. So keep that in mind. Let's get into what is processed food. Some people don't even know or understand completely what processed food is. Think of it this way. Most of the time, if it's in a box or bag, it's processed. Most of the time. Now, if you're getting frozen broccoli and the only ingredient is broccoli, okay, fine, then you know that's not processed. But check the ingredients list. Turn over the back of what you are eating and even what you are drinking, and you will be surprised. For instance, some people think, oh, you know what? I love sweets. It's a fruit. I'm going to eat dried cranberries. That's going to be healthier for me than anything else. I'm going to try that. Turn over the bag of your dried cranberries. This is a sneaky culprit in a lot of people's trail mix. The sugars, the salts, the oils that they add to those things. As a matter of fact, I have never seen, maybe at Whole Foods or something, maybe at some very specialty store, but I have never seen dried cranberries that didn't have added sugar. And I know we're talking about something that's pretty tart, but you will see it on the backs of a lot of the products that you have anyway. Turn it over on the back. You will be surprised. I remember when I first became vegan. I've been vegan for 10 years now, but I remember when I first became vegan, let me tell you, I love me some salt and vinegar chips. And I was in the habit of checking the ingredients because I knew that there are sneaky ingredients in a lot of the food. So I turn over the back of my salt and vinegar chips and I'm thinking, what else could be in here? Potatoes, some oil, some salt, and some vinegar, right? Well, surprise, surprise, there was milk in it. Sometimes they put maltodextrin. Sometimes they put different preservatives in there because you got to think these are potatoes, right? Potatoes can only last so long. When you make potatoes, if you were to fry up, bake up, cook up some potatoes right now and you had some leftovers, where would you put them? Would you put them in a bag and put them in your cabinet? No, you would not. You would put them right in the refrigerator. So you know when you're eating a bag of chips that they've got to have something in there to keep it sustained in that bag. And this is for a lot of bagged and boxed products with preservatives and things in them. I tell people all the time, the faster it goes bad, the better. Okay. If your bread, if you can keep it for months and months on end, guess what? You probably shouldn't be eating it. So these are the sneaky hormone interrupters that you don't even think of. You think, oh, well, you know what? They put all kind of hormones in the chicken, so I'm just not going to eat chicken anymore. No, it's these oils, this processed food, the way that they are making the food. The best thing for you to do when it comes to your food makeover is go back old school. Get the crock pot out, get the pots and pans and everything, and start making stuff from scratch. And if you don't know how to cook, then listen, you're on the internet right now watching me, which means you have the privilege and the access to be able to get on the internet, log on, and be able to find recipes. Now, I know for a lot of you busy women out there, you're like, listen, I don't need one more thing to do, which is why I suggest meal kits, meal delivery services, grocery delivery services. There's all kinds of different services out there for you that can take the decision making out of it for you, so you won't even have to think of it. For instance, right now I'm using Hungry Root. I have Hungry Root. I have used Green Chef in the past. My fiance has had Factor. He now has Hungry Root as well. We both use Hungry Root, but he's had Factor, he's had HelloFresh. So I know about all these different meal plans. Hungry Root, we like it because it gives us groceries. It decides our meals for us. And my favorite part is that I don't have to think about the meals, and I have already let Hungry Root know I am plant-based, no dairy, no eggs, no meat. I want high fiber, I want low sugar, and I want high protein. These are the things for my lifestyle. Everything is different. My fiance, he's not vegan. He's eating something different. He's not worried about balancing his hormones per se. And so being able to have our own different plans like that, our own different accounts, and deciding our own different foods and having it on autopilot coming every single week has really helped to take the decision making out of it and to introduce us to a lot of wonderful brands that are automatically healthier, automatically have the most wonderful ingredients in them. Turn over the ingredients list. If you can pronounce all of the things in there and you can understand that these are foods, then that's going to be your minimally processed foods, or you're not processed at all. Those are going to be the ones that you can eat. But if you turn over that package and there are things that you don't know what they are or things that you can't pronounce, it's probably not the best thing for you to eat. Before we move on, I want to let you know that I do offer one-on-one health coaching to women and men if you're looking to redesign your lifestyle and redesign your home to fit your health and wellness goals. I'm definitely happy to help you. You can check me out on jamieonwellness.com, or you can email me directly at jamieonwellness.com. And you can see how to spell my name right here. Jamie. Okay, so if you're looking for one-on-one, then go ahead and take advantage of that. There's nothing like having one-on-one, someone to listen to your specific needs, your specific situation, because everyone's situation is different. And, I offer bespoke, customized, personalized service specifically for you and what you have going on. Okay, let's continue with the food and kitchen makeover. How many of you have a snack corner on your kitchen counter? How many of you leave foods out and leave snacks out on the kitchen counter? If you can relate to this, then you need to make a switch. You need to make a redesign, because every time you walk up to those foods in that area, you're going to want to eat them and you're not going to be able to help it because it's right in your face. So why don't you do yourself a favor and make it a little harder to get to? And that way you won't have to worry about it. Okay. So these are just a couple of easy little tweaks that you can make. Put them in a container where you can't see through it. Put it in the cabinet or create a snack drawer, something where it's away and you're not seeing it all the time. Okay. And also, like I said, don't forget about the meal delivery services. If you feel like I cannot afford these meal delivery services, I challenge you to look at your bank account for the last month or two and highlight every single time you have been to the grocery store and every time you've eaten on Uber Eats and DoorDash or went out to a restaurant or got lunch, and add those numbers up and see how much you come up with for the week. And I guarantee you that you will have enough money for these meal delivery plans, and you can always do it yourself. You can always hit up Chat GPT and ask it, okay, make me some meal plans, and you can follow that. Make me a grocery list. You can do that. Those are great things. But I'm a big fan of putting things on autopilot because we are talking about hormone disruption here. So a lot of times women who are having hormonal issues and they need to redesign their lives, it's an entire lifestyle. There's already too many things that you are DIYing. There's already too many things that you are doing yourselves and other people's lives that you are contributing to, whether that be work or at home with your kids or your spouse or whatever it is, or you're caring for a family member. You could be going through so many things. So the more decisions you can reduce in your life, the more your stress levels will come down and the easier it will get to do the things that you know you need to do in your life. And that takes us right on into stress management. Okay. So these are the things that you need to start putting in place so that you can start to feel your wellness, because many of you are very intelligent women. I know a lot of authors, business owners, parents, therapists, fitness instructors, you name it. But everyone has got that one thing that they just can't lick. Okay. And I'm telling you, I didn't mention this earlier, but this Aura ring is another thing that can help you it'll help you get the awareness that you need to be able to see what's going on. This has helped me so much with stress management because it gives me an awareness. It's like, you already know what you're going through, but it gives you that extra layer of awareness to be like, you know what, I need to do something about this. Like I was talking to my mom today, I was trying to convince her to get an Aura ring. And I was like, you cannot lie to this thing. If you went to bed at 2:30 in the morning, Aura knows. Okay. If you only got 500 steps today, Aura knows. Okay. And no, this isn't sponsored or anything. I don't work for Aura or anything like that. But I am a holistic wellness practitioner and I am here for you to help you with your wellness. And this just helps you be honest with yourself. Okay. You know what you're doing. You know how you're sleeping. You know how you're eating. You know what things are causing your stress to rise. But having the awareness changes the game and takes it to the next level for you. Okay. So if you have any questions, please pop them into the comments. You can also message me on the side if you have something specific that you want to talk about that is not for public viewing. You can also come up. Let me know if you are interested in coming up on screen by commenting. You can show me around your home. You can tell me what's going on in your lifestyle so we can try to find a solution for you right now for free. If you want to work with me privately, then you can check me out on jamieonwellness.com for your private one-on-one. Now let's get back to the stress management, okay? You need things that are going to calm you down, that are going to relax you, because you may be, how many of you are in management at work? If you are in management at work, let me apologize to you right now for the things that you are going through, because raising children is one thing, but raising adults is another. And I'm telling you, when you are in management, you are in people management, and people management is quite similar to raising children. But you can't tell them what to do so much, you know? So some of the things that I love around my house that help me calm my nervous system are listening to soft tunes, to soft music. When you come home, light a candle. Or if you're trying to really maximize your health, don't use a candle, don't use any combustibles in your home. You know, if you're trying to improve your air quality, or if you have someone with asthma, something like that, then you can always remember back in the day, they used to have those potpourri pots that you can put on your stove, and you put some essential oils and you put the leaves and everything in there, and then you boil the water and it smells all around your house. Or wipe down your countertops with lavender oil or something like that. Or you can even, I like to put my lavender oil on my wrist. Sometimes when I'm ready to go to bed, I'll rub some on the rim of my nightshirt so that I can have that. Remember, your mom used to put Vicks on your neck and everything when you were sick before you go to bed. It's the same concept with the lavender, and I choose not to put it on my skin right here because I do have sensitive skin, and lavender oil, essential oil, is still fragrance. So just something to think of with that. But if you don't have sensitive skin, feel free to put it on your skin, put it in your bath. You can take a couple of drops and put it in the drain of your bathtub. Be careful with the oil in the bathtub. You don't want to slip, which is why I suggest putting a couple of drops down the drain. And you will see how that steam and that effervescence just really calms you. So having that different, almost like walking into a different zone when you walk into the home, like walking into a retreat lifestyle when you come home, helps your brain know this is a different place that I was in before. I'm coming here, there's music, there's a scent, and now I can calm down. You had the bright fluorescent lighting at your job. Now you can dim the lights, put on some low lighting, put on a smaller lamp so that you can feel more relaxed and at ease. So that way it's like you're creating a vibe at home. For those of you who have been to resorts, I remember going to this resort. There's a resort I love in Mexico. You should visit if you have the opportunity to go. You fly into Cancun, but the actual city is Playa del Carmen, and the resort is Valentine Imperial. It is a beautiful resort. As soon as you step out of your ride, they're handing you lavender towels. And just putting that on a cool towel on your skin. You just got back from the airport, you're riding in a cab, everything is, you're not settled yet. That puts you in a zone that says, you are here now. You are with us now. Now you can relax. And you can create the same sort of thing at home. This is all a part of wellness. What you hear, what you see, what you smell, what you taste, all a part of your experience. So start to heighten your sensory experience at home. You can retreat at home by adding some of these very simple things to your life. And that, believe it or not, is going to help you regulate those hormones in your body. Now, Here's the thing about holistic wellness. It's the everyday or every other day, all the time thing. It's about consistency. There's no silver bullet. There's no magic pill here. There's no quick fix here. This is about getting to the root cause of what is causing you distress in your body and mind. What is going on? How can you soothe yourself instead of taking a pill? When you have a headache, maybe remember your grandma used to say, drink some water, drink some water, drink some water. That was her solution for everything. Well, it almost is a solution for everything. Almost, okay? But it takes consistency. It takes daily routine. So you're not going to be able to do any of these things I'm telling you. You're not going to be able to do them one time and then think that's going to be it. Sure, you can go to the spa. You can do one-off things. You can go to the spa and get a massage and a facial, and they can rub you down, relax you with all the oils and all the things, right? But if you don't do that once a week, then the effects are not going to be long lasting. This is a lifestyle that I'm teaching you about. This is not a quick fix, okay? The other thing that I want to talk about for your stress management, and this has worked wonders for my stress, is putting as many things as possible on autopilot. If you put things on autopilot, you no longer have to think about them. Getting a housekeeper, getting someone once a month, once every 2 months, once every 3 months, whatever it is that your budget will allow someone else to do the heavy lifting for you at least once in a while. A laundry service if you can, okay? Even something as simple as getting a robot vacuum cleaner, okay? You pay for it once and it's the gift that keeps on giving, because you may not feel like vacuuming, especially those of you who have pets and small children. There's always something on the floor. So I take my foot, boop, press that little button, and voila, that's it. It's on autopilot. It's one less thing for me to do. Think about before we had dishwashers, okay? Are there any of you left that are still washing dishes by hand? You need to put that on autopilot and let the dishwasher do the work for you. DIY is over. DIY is done. We're not doing that anymore, ladies. Ladies that are stressed, ladies that are burnt out, ladies that are experiencing hormonal imbalances, we're not doing DIY anymore. Take that abbreviation out of your vocabulary, because you've been doing too many things yourself. Okay? Now, briefly before we get out of here, of course, we want to talk about movement and exercise. This is a no-brainer. Okay? Everybody knows. Well, maybe there is somebody out there that doesn't know. If you don't know, allow me to explain to you that movement and exercise is what your body needs to keep everything in flow. Why do you think those people, when you go to the hospital and they're incapacitated and they can't move and they're just laying there, why do you think they flip them? They flip them because your body needs movement always. Anything that is not moving or growing is passing away. Okay, so you have to move your body so that you don't get stiff, so that it even helps everything flow through your body. It helps you use the bathroom even. Okay, so if your body's not flowing and moving, it's just stagnating. It doesn't know what to do. It's like standing water. Standing water gets murky, nasty, filled with bugs. You don't want that for your body. You want to move the energy in your body, whether that's walking, whether that's going to the gym, taking an exercise class, whatever it is, you need to be moving your body, okay? This will help you sustain your energy levels, okay? Help remove some of that fatigue that you've got going on, and it'll actually help de-stress you. I remember the other day, I was so stressed out the other day that I could feel the tension in my neck and shoulders. For those of you who know me personally, you know I've been planning a wedding. I've got a lot going on, running a business here, a lot. I moved to a new city and everything. And so I was really feeling the weight of all of that. And I had scheduled myself to go to a yoga class. And I was like, oh man, should I go to this yoga class? I don't know. My neck is hurting, because sometimes you think that you're in pain and you don't need to move. But sometimes you're in pain because you do need to move. So I'm so happy to report that I went to that yoga class and felt 10 times better afterwards, because it was not really muscle pain that I was experiencing. It was stress and tension from clenching and holding myself. This is where a lot of people hold on to their stress. And I am one of those people. And so getting that movement in helped me to calm down, relax, help my body to get a signal. You know what? Get out of your mind and get into your body right now. Not only that, for de-stressing, it's also good to move your body, because when your muscles don't move, they start to go into what's called muscle atrophy. Your muscles start to deteriorate, because the way your body is set up is like, if you don't use it, you will lose it. So if your body is like, oh, she's not working out, no need for these muscles. See you later. And then all of a sudden you're sore when you try to stand up. You're sore when you try to move around. You're out of breath when you try to climb the stairs. It's not because you need less movement that you're out of breath when you climb the stairs. It's because you need more movement. You need to build those muscles. So not just stress relief. We think about stress in the way of mental stress a lot. And people like to say, stress is the number one killer. Stress is the number one killer, or whatever people like to say. But don't forget about the physiological stress that you can experience inside of your body. Your body is stressed out. When you eat a piece of cake, your body gets stressed out, because it says, oh my gosh, you guys, there's so much sugar. There's so much sugar. What are we going to do? Sugar overload. Okay, bring it over here. Let's wash it down. There's so many processes in your body that have to deal with that. Oh my goodness, you guys, she didn't get enough sleep. We didn't finish our recovery. Okay, give her what we've got. This is what your body is going through. So don't just think, oh, I'm not stressed. I don't have anything going on. I don't bring my work home with me. I don't let that bother me. But what's in your body? How is your body stressed out? How is the food that you are eating, the things that you are drinking? Let me tell you something. Let's go back to this Oura ring. Every time I have a sip of alcohol, my body knows it. And I always think, oh, it's just one glass of alcohol. It's not really that big of a deal. Oh, yes, it is. The physiological stress that my body goes through when I drink alcohol is really crazy. And my Oura ring tells me. I wake up in the morning and it's like, something's wrong with your body. That's okay. You'll recover soon. I'm like, dang, I do feel kind of groggy from. Yes, it knows. Your body knows. I'm sure you've heard of that book, Your Body Keeps the Score, all of that. Your body knows all the secrets that you are trying to keep from everyone else. All of the things that you've eaten, or all the things that you drank, or all the water, enough water that you didn't drink. Okay. By the way, this is something that I didn't mention, but I thought of it when I said water. A lot of people don't like to drink water because they said that it tastes nasty. Okay, I've got a hack for that. Well, you can always add the drink pouches, the flavor pouches. You can always drink fresh brewed tea instead. But another trick to make your water taste better. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Brush and floss those teeth and scrape that tongue. You didn't know I was going to say that, did you? Sometimes your water tastes nasty because your mouth is nasty. And I say that with love and kindness and care. But oral hair hygiene can stress you out because it can stress your body out. It's where a lot of bacteria is harbored. Eating old food in between your teeth, stuff on your tongue, stuff all around your mouth. Every time you lick your lips and you have lipstick on, you're putting all of that in your mouth. If things start to taste nasty, or if your mouth starts to get pasty, it's time to scrape that tongue, brush those teeth, and floss those teeth. It's time to get your regular checkups at the dentist, okay? And stop stressing your body out with a yuck mouth. Okay. And lastly, the power of systems. What I talked about before, having things on autopilot and just having a system, having a way that you go about your life, about your day is going to increase your joy. You can have little efficiencies. One of my favorite systems in my household, and I know this doesn't work for everyone, but in my household, one of my favorite systems, because I hate washing dishes, is the no dishes in the sink rule. So that means when the kids are home, because right now it's just my fiance and I, and so we have a different little schedule with us, aka me unloading the dishwasher every morning. But when the kids are here, when they're here, then we assign someone is on duty for unloading the dishwasher every morning. That way we can have a clear and empty dishwasher so that as the dishes accumulate throughout the day, you're not putting them in the sink. You're rinsing them off and you're putting them directly into the dishwasher. That way, when it's whoever's turn, whoever has dish night, all they've got to do is pop in one of those power packs and press start. That is it. Okay, so that is how I like to keep my sink clean, my kitchen odor free, by practicing one of those systems. So get into some systems and routines about yourself. When I get up in the morning, what am I going to do? For instance, when I get up in the morning, I come downstairs, I hit my toe on that automatic vacuum, I light a candle, and I go straight to the kitchen and I start to brew to make me some herbal tea. So that is the rhythm that I have in the morning, and then I go find some sunlight. So lucky for me, my bathroom, I have windows in the bathroom, so I do get some sunlight first thing in the morning when I'm first getting up to use the bathroom and get myself together and everything. But that is going to be one of your number one things to do, is go and search for that sunlight. So these are the routines and systems that I have in place for myself that I think are really helpful for others as well. So I have been talking a lot nonstop. And I see people coming in and out, but I don't see any questions or comments or anything. So I'm assuming that you all want to keep it private, keep it cute when you are, excuse me, online. And that is totally fine. So just send me an email, jamie@jamieonwellness.com. Or you can just book your session right on jamieonwellness.com. I also have some digital guides for those of you who are still interested in DIY. You're not yet ready for one-on-one coaching. Those of you who want DIY, I do have a digital guide. It's a creative recovery protocol for those of you who are burned out. Okay. And that's like a 3-day reset to get you started. So check that out. Everything is on jamieonwellness.com. You can also find some free resources there. I have a playlist from Spotify that will keep you soothed and smooth throughout the day. I also have some of my favorite foods and beverages and daily wellness things linked there as well, so that you can start to change your lifestyle one product at a time. So until next time, I will see you on the flip side. And I will be going live again. So if you're watching the replay, be sure to let me know that you're watching the replay. Let me know what you got out of this video and comment and let me know what other types of videos that you would like to see, what other type of education that you are interested in learning more about, what other kinds of hacks or tips or tricks that you need to give yourself harmony at home. Have a great night.